Hello future tech leaders, I am Sindhuja. Based on my own experience, I know that learning the right skills can shape our future. What if I say learning was as thrilled as the tech world itself? There we go. A cloud foundation, that's exactly what you will experience. From day one, you will be immersed in the interactive sessions and expert-led courses that covers most of the widely used technologies in the zone of data science to cloud computing, which brings more light to the life of a techie. I'm so excited to help you and unlock the true potential of a technology. Well, then why to wait? Let's see what it unfolds.
Alright, awesome. The starting point of the financials and accounting in NetSuite is the creation of a chart of account or a GL code. Before I jump into NetSuite and show you how it is done, are you aware of the concept of chart of account and GL code, like from theoretical perspective? No, I'm not aware of that. Alright. Whenever you are recording any transaction in NetSuite, you need to assign a GL code against it. The reason is that NetSuite is an ERP system and everything that you do in NetSuite has a financial impact that would be reflected in your financial reports. Just recall, whenever you create an invoice, there is a GL impact, right? And in the GL impact, there is something going in the debit and something going in the credit, right, in a GL code. That GL account is basically called a chart of account in NetSuite. Your revenue account, your receivables account. These are all your chart of accounts that you need to first create and then use them in the transactions. Alright, maybe you know when you see the accounts, it will make more sense. Alright, the navigation to create a GL code or chart of account is list, accounting, and accounts. And this is basically our chart of accounts page. And here you will see all your bank accounts or your asset accounts, liabilities account. I was just I'm reading that this is basically the page where you create accounts. And this is a page where you can see all the existing accounts that you have in your NetSuite account. Here you can see these are all flat accounts, cost of goods, sold account, equity accounts, sales tax payment and whatnot. And here you can see all your bank accounts. And these are the bank accounts that you can use when you are receiving payments from your customer or when you are paying to your vendors for the GL purposes. This is basically, the concept of chart of account. And let's say if you want to create a new chart of account, what you need to do is you simply click on New. And this is a page that will open up for you. And here you need to give the account number. Remember, in our yesterday session, we discussed the accounting preferences. Use account number. This is where I need to put my account number. Let's give an account number like any account number, and then let's give a name. Maybe data bank account, something like that. This is the description. And here I'm going to select my type. This GL account that I'm creating, what is the type of this account? Is this an expense? Is this receivable? Is this fixed asset or what? You have to select the relevant type over here. And based on the type, the balance of this account will be correctly reflected in your income statement and balance sheet. You have to select the relevant type. This is basically a bank account I'm trying to create. I'm going to select bank over here. And if this was basically primary bank, sorry. It's basically you need to select a type as primary bank or else any other things. If this is a bank account, I'm going to select primary bank over here. But let's say if it was an AP account, accounts payable, I was creating, then I would select account. Account is super. Account payments. Exact. Based on the account that you're trying to create. You then select the relevant type over here. If this is an expense account, lets you know salaries expense. I'm trying to create salaries expense. Then in that case, I will not select a primary bank, but I will select expensive. This is how you will change your type whenever you need to, change the account as well. And this is again, a one-time activity. Again, as a consultant, you would ask your client to give their existing chart of accounts with all the relevant types and everything. This is something that you will upload in NetSuite rather than create it manually. Again, something that you're trying to provide. Alright, let's crank the bank account for now. Once you select the bank, you need to provide the currency. You know in which currency this bank account is in. You can select the currency over here. Let's say this is in USD. You select that. Again, there are a lot of fields that you will see that are non-mandatory. You can skip them. I'll be focusing on the important ones. Here you can see that there is this checkbox called Summary and Inactive. If you mark this as Summary, this becomes a parent GL account. And what parent means is that you cannot post transaction in this account, but you can only see this in your reports as a rolled up account for your balances. Parent account. If you make this a parent account, you cannot post transactions in a parent account. If you need to post transactions into it, if you want to use this account on your transactions like journal entries, invoices and all that, you make sure that you mark this as button checked. Great. Let me make this a click. Again, this is starting to start. And then restrict to department, class and location. If this bank account needs to be always used with a particular department, let's say admin, or particular class, let's say product like A and something like San Francisco. And these are certain restrictions that you're putting against this account. No user can use a different department, class or location whenever this account is being used. You can also restrict a chart of account by a department, class and location as well. Now what will happen is that we'll see in the next stage that if when I create a journal entry, I cannot assign any other location other than San Francisco. If I have already, restricted this location here. If there is a requirement where you need to restrict a particular department, class or location, you can do this over here against a chart of account. Does that make sense? And then here the important one is the subsidiaries. You have to select the subsidiary for which you are creating this bank account. At any point in time, you can only create one subsidiary against it because bank account theoretically is only owned by one subsidiary at a time, right? You have to select. It's just like the same concept of location. Bank account cannot be assigned to multiple subsidiaries. You cannot, mark this as parents and include children over here. And NetSuite is going to give you an error that bank accounts and credit card type accounts must be restricted to a single subsidiary. You have to select the relevant subsidiary against which you are creating this bank account. Let's say, I'm going to select GTS or peer. This is the parent most. And I'm going to save this. I will remove the restrictions for now and save this. Let's quickly see this. And here you can see that data bank account is now created. You see this. It is with the same account number that we use. I'm just going to make sure this is a bank account type. By mistake, it was a type expense. I'll just create it as trying to bank again. I'm going to save this again. Natala bank account is here and this is ready for use on my transactions. This is how as an accountant or as a finance person, this is primarily the responsibility of the accounting team to manage the chart of accounts. Alright? They will be responsible of providing you the chart of accounts, existing chart of accounts, and moving forward, making all the necessary changes in the chart of accounts. Again, just a quick heads up that this is all responsibility of the financial team of any organization. For one chart of account we created manually. If you need to create more chart of accounts that we need to upload to Excel format. Absolutely. For that we have the CSV import tool. And using that CSV import tool, you can just do an upload in bulk. That's a typical approach that as a consultant you would be following. And we will be covering the CSV import tool in our administration session. That's where I'm just going to show you how that CSV import tool works. But that's the correct understanding when you need to do any bulk uploading. In next week, you will be using the CSV import tool rather than, creating it manually. Because if you have like 200 accounts to open, it would be like a mess to create it manually all the time, right? We will use CSV import tool for that. All right. And, just a quick thing. What you can also do is you can always import the list of these accounts in Excel as well. If you want to do any sort of analysis or if you want to identify any, redundant accounts or, something like that, you can always click on export. And this is going to go in Excel version. And now you can see I have all my chart of account in my Excel. And if I need to do any filters and anything out here, I can do that in the Excel now. This is also something that is available out of the box. And finally, do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel.